My next guest is going to be headlining UFC Fight Night November 1st. He's going to be taking on Steve Garcia. Always great catching up with David Onama here on the program. David, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, it's great to talk to you, my friend, and congratulations on getting this main event opportunity. Was this something you were expecting to get to headline a UFC card like this?
Yeah, I was expecting the main event. I just didn't know it was going to be against Steve Garcia. I wasn't expecting that. When he fought Cater and then he called me out, that's when I'm like, all right, this fight might, end up happening, but I didn't know it was going to be Steve Garcia, for the main event, in Vegas. So, I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming, honestly. I didn't know it was going to be like for the main event, but when they told me it was Steve Garcia for the main event, I was like, all right, let's do it. He called me out. So, this is meant to be, so.
No, it all worked out. I was going to say, too, was there any other fights in the mix, any other opponents, or were you only offered Steve as an opponent?
I got offered just Steve. It was just Steve that I've known, but it was just that.
Yeah. And how much notice did you get? When did you find out about this fight?
I found out about this fight maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
First, nice. It was they offered it for me for October 4th, which was the same.
Yeah, this card coming up here this weekend. Yeah,
this fight coming up for this weekend for I guess Pereira versus I don't know Russian cast. Yeah, it was supposed to be this weekend, and then they changed the date. They changed the date to November 1st instead of the October 4th card.
Right. Well, and also I'm sure that would have been a 3-round fight. This is a 5-round fight, right? Because it's the main event. Okay.
Yeah, it's for the main event. First, they offered it for November. Either the November 1st, the 8th, or the 15th in New York City. So I didn't know which card I was gonna be on. So me and my coach we were just getting ready for like any of those dates. It didn't matter what date it was. So we were just preparing ourselves, for the fight. So we didn't know what day we was gonna get. So we were just staying ready, and we got the first for at the Apex. So.
Did you want to fight sooner than this? I imagine, obviously, like you came off a big win in your last fight. Were you hoping to get in there a little bit sooner than November?
Yeah, I was thinking either October or November. So either or, it didn't matter to me. It's either October or November. So we got November, which is also good too, because then it gives me more time to prepare myself. So yeah, it didn't really matter. What date I get on.
And I should mention, since we mentioned UFC 320, you're in Vegas right now, actually going to be in the corner of Youssef Zalal. How did his camp go, and how excited are you for him? He's got a big fight coming up against Josh Emmett this Saturday.
Yeah, man, this is probably one of the best fight camp I've seen Youssef been in so far. Cardio's good. He always had a great cardio. He looks great in camp. Yeah, man, the kid is sharp. He's ready. He put all the work in, so he's gonna show up and show out this weekend. So I'm excited to watch him perform and get 3 checks. And yeah, man, I'm excited for it.
Being in Vegas, does it kind of get you pumped up for your fight, because you're going to be headlining a card here, like I said, in a month or so. So it must be nice that you're already there right now. Kind of get the feel of what fight week's going to be like in a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm here right now. Was at the Apex yesterday, just kind of like you said, getting the feeling in, just getting the vibes here with my team. Just enjoying the, enjoying the week. Enjoying the process. All my team is here, so yeah, man, we're just happy to be here and do our thing this weekend.
I don't think there's any way this main event's going to be boring with both your styles. Garcia, obviously a striker just like yourself. He's got a lot of power. We've seen him knock out a lot of guys. He actually almost knocked out Calvin Kattar in his last fight. So stylistically, like, it does look like 2 strikers, but is there something we're missing here? How do you feel like your style matches up against his in this fight?
Yeah, man, Steve is a dog. Been watching the kid for a very long time. He's a striker. I'm a striker, here and there, we both like to brawl, so I feel like this is the matchup that the UFC wanted, and this is why they put us in the main event at the Apex for 5 rounds. Yeah. So this is what they want. This is what their fans want to see. This is why we're the headliner. So yeah, Steve is excited, man. I'm excited. So just looking forward to it. So
it's going to be a smaller cage as well, which I think the data shows that usually that does end in more knockouts. Do you like the smaller cage, or would you prefer to be in a bigger cage for this one?
I prefer a bigger cage, but it is what it is, man. I fought at the Apex multiple times, so it's really nothing to me. I'm used to the small cage, the big cage.
Yeah.
So honestly, wherever they put me at, I'm comfortable with it. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Anything different for this camp leading into it? Obviously, the focus right now is on Youssef. Once his fight's done, I'm sure everything's going to be focused on you with this big fight. I know one of the cool things at Factory X, I know you're getting a lot of guys coming in to train with you guys, like Gaethje and Corey Sandhagen. So who are you going to get a chance to work with leading into this fight?
Yeah, man, I've been working a lot with even Youssef. When Youssef was in camp, he was still working with me, like still sparring me here and there. Like I was helping him, he was helping me. So overall, I've been training with everybody. Having Justin Gaethje, Sorry Hagen, like come to the gym, to help us, we help them. Mostly, yeah, I'll be working a lot with Youssef and most of my teammates at Factory X.
Excellent. And I imagine your corner will be the same. If anything, is Youssef going to return the favor? He'll be in your corner for this fight, I'm assuming, and then Mark Montoya and the usual crew?
Yeah, I have Youssef, Mark, and then I'll probably have my what's it called, coach from Kansas City also, Zach Cummins.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Be my corner. So
good stuff. You guys still keep tabs, you and Zach, because I know obviously he's having a lot of success with his gym back in Missouri.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, me and Zach. Yeah, we text, talk here and there. Yeah, man, that's my first coach. So yeah, we're always staying in touch, checking up on each other, which is good.
Cool. I don't think this fight's hitting the scorecards. How do you see this fight playing out on November 1st?
You have to tune in and see.
Yeah.
You have to tune in and see. So, yeah, man, just tune in and see, and just see what the light brings.
We talked about it there, man. Huge opportunity, main event. I know it's at the Apex, but still, there's a lot of implications, especially with your division. It seems like there is a lot of things happening right now. Where does a win, especially a finish, put you in the grand scheme of things? Like I would imagine it's got to propel you to kind of that, upper echelon of the division if you get a big win here against Steve Garcia.
Yeah, if I get the big win, I think it's gonna put me on a higher for sure. I'd be more in a higher ranking. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so I'll be definitely in the higher rankings, and we'll see who we get next after Steve Garcia.
Is it one of those things too? I don't know if I'm sure we have talked about this, but like the way your career is going, and obviously we got to see how Youssef does this weekend, although he is a pretty big betting favorite over Josh Emmett. Is it one of those things? Because obviously you guys are kind of rising up at the same time. You guys would probably never fight each other unless it was for a title, I would think, right? You and Youssef probably won't fight each other.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah. We don't even. Nah.
It's not even a thing. Well, I just wonder because like it is. Don't you think it is interesting though that both of you are kind of rising at the same time in the weight class? I know he's ranked higher than you, but still, I mean that might be a conversation down the line where the UFC might come to you and be like, hey, we need to make a matchup here.
Nah, man, it doesn't matter how much you guys pay us. We don't even talk about that or look at it any other way.
I like the loyalty. Well, at the top of your division, we're kind of waiting right now to see what happens with Volkanovski. Is it going to be Lerone? I think people kind of all figure it's either going to be Lerone Murphy or it's going to be Movsar Evolev. Who do you think should fight for the title next? Well, your personal opinion as a guy who's in the division and fighting.
I think what's his name? Movsar.
Yeah, Movsar.
Yeah, Movsar. I think he deserves it more than Murphy. Mm-hmm. Just because he fought everybody. He fought Diego, all those guys. So I feel like he deserved that next shot. So,
yeah. And you mentioned Diego there. What did you think of his win over John Silva a few weeks ago? That was a pretty big win for him in the weight class. And there's a lot of hype behind John Silva. Yeah, man,
he looked great. Diego looked great. Yeah, man, Diego's a dog. He is where he is because of who he is and the things he brings to the table. So. Yeah, man, Diego looked good. He took one of a tough prospect, Gene Silva. So that was impressive.
And what do you think of the division right now? Because I just mentioned it there. Like, Toporia's moved up, Max Holloway's moved up. You've got Brian Ortega supposedly is going to be moving up to 155 as well. I think he has to after that last win. And then you've got like yourself, Youssef. You've got John Silva, Diego Lopes. Like it must be pretty cool to be in the division right now because it looks like there is a bit of a changing of the guard right now with some of the names in the weight class.
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys moving up to 155, and those are like guys that I was looking forward to fighting too. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, they're going up a weight class, so I don't see myself fighting them anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And I feel like them going to 155, I think their ranking is gonna change a little bit for the featherweights. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know what's what's next after this Steve Garcia fight? Who I might get next?
Mhm.
We'll see how everything plays out. So for now, we'll just sit and wait.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, there's a lot of exciting matchups. So, regardless,
Yeah.
probably going to be in a good fight for after this one as well. I mentioned Movsar Evolev and Volk. Do you think Evolev could beat Volkanovski? Do you think if he gets that shot, he would be the guy to defeat him? Or do you still think Volk, with how good he is, would have his number?
Volk fought everybody, man. He's a champion for a reason. I don't see him beating Volk, man. I feel like Volk is just he has good striking, he has good wrestling, and I feel like Mosbar, all he got is like just the grappling. And even Alex fought Volk fought Islam, and his wrestling was phenomenal. He did his thing,
Mhm.
so I don't see him losing like anytime soon, honestly. You know,
Okay.
unless me and you get up there, then we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. No, fair enough. Okay, before we go, gotta mention your cousin, who's a fighter as well. I got to interview him a couple months ago he fought for Throne MMA. How's Richard Dralu doing? Your cousin, is he gonna have a fight coming up here pretty soon?
Yeah, Richard, he's doing really good. I spoke to him recently. He just moved to Kansas City from
Oh, nice.
North Dakota, so he made a huge change. Just moved to Kansas City, training over Ignite with Zach Cummins, which was my head coach.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So he's out there now. He's in good hands. Zach is taking care of him. Everybody out there love him. He's a great training partner. So yeah, man, he's doing real good. He's doing real good. No fight yet. He's still new to the gym, so he's just trying to fill it in, just training, and yeah, man. So we should hear something very soon from him for a fight.
Good stuff. I imagine he's gonna come to your fight because this is probably one of the biggest fights of your career. He's gonna be making the trip out. Do you think?
Yeah, he talked to me about it. He said he wanted to come out, so I have to and see if I can get any more tickets.
I know that's probably the annoying part. You get so many people hitting you up for tickets. Like, you're the main event, you should have a whole lot of tickets. But it's like, I'm at the Apex. There isn't that much room, right? So
yeah, that's all good. We'll get something going.
There you go. Well, hey, David, I'll let you get back to Fight Week with Youssef. Thanks so much for doing this, man. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Man, I just want to thank you again, man, for giving the opportunity, to talking to you. It's always a pleasure talking to you.